So, good morning to all of you. Today, we are going to discuss regarding to Oracle. Let me start with Oracle. How you can load the Oracle to your systems, first of all. And second thing is how the basic building blocks which are used to prepare to communicate with the databases. That is the second point. And the third point is remaining some number of data types which are remained with us to discuss. So let me discuss all this. Okay. So before going to take this one, let me give you. So this is the specific website where exactly you can download your Oracle. So let me show you. Let me show you by open this one. So here, this is the oracle.com. So you can observe this one. This is oracle.com. So here you please select so these three lines and thereby downloads, and here in downloads you please check about this databases. As far as this databases is concerned, so here database 12C enterprise or standard edition, you need to select this one, and here soon selection of this one, it will be open. So this particular page, and here in this particular page there are many many versions of software. I mean, Oracle software is available: Microsoft Windows, Linux, Oracle Solaris, then HP UX, Italium, and then AX, Linux on system, something like that. Many other things are there, and you are expected to download so this one, because we are all using only Microsoft Windows, and Microsoft Windows x64 can be used to install on both 64 systems of Windows 10. Okay, here it is a single file only one file is available, so you have to download this particular one file, and installation will be taken approximately some 40 to 50 minutes. Okay, 40 to 50 minutes. So soon you have to start your installation. Then you need to wait for 50 minutes to store or install the entire application. Here, let me show you the software already I have installed and restored in my system. Let me show you. So look at this. So like this, you have, this is the file where exactly you have this particular file with you after downloading from the wait for a while, I'll come back. Okay, so this is the specific file where exactly you could find after unzip of this file, you could have huge number of so files are available. Thereby setup, you could select this particular setup. Obviously, you could get installation will be get started by using setup. Of course, you are not supposed to do any other thing other than you have to enter one password. That password is very important to remember, because that password will be make sense to log into your Oracle system, Oracle SQL prompt. Thereby, you can work out. So that is the point you would like to consider and remember. Now, after installation, you could see this kind of where it is. Yeah, Oracle. This kind of so Oracle Aura DB 12 Home 1. This kind of shortcuts will be entered into your system. Thereby, you could see SQL Plus. There is one specific icon that is SQL Plus. Click on that, then it will open. So username and password, something like this. Then you have to all of you please install this one into your system and communicate with me via Zoom, so that I'll show you how to install. I mean, how to make your passwords and what are the premises you are supposed to take care while giving your usernames and passwords. So here I have given this one. So this is my username, and my password will be, I don't want to disclose to you. Oh. I have forgotten, I think. Oh, if so if you are unable to give the password in a proper way for 3 times, it will automatically closed. I have forgotten to remember my password. Where it is, Oracle. Okay, SQL plus. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm forgotten to have this password here. Okay, however, there is another opportunity to open. Right, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. So this is my username and password. My username is system, and my password is don't disclose my password here actually. Okay. However, I hope that this could be visible to you. I think this could be visible to you. So look at console. This could be visible to you. So let me. Okay, this could be visible to you. So this is the way to log into your system. All of you, please install this one and communicate with me how the password will be. I mean, username and passwords will be set to your particular system and how you could work out. I will show you. So, however, so you, soon after taking this particular system, you can see our marking. Okay, our SQL Plus release is this one. So this is the SQL Plus release 12.2.0.1.0 production, and copyrights has been taken by Oracle Corporation right away from 1980 to 2016, and your username and your password. Of course, password could not be displayed to you, and we are working with so Oracle Database 12c Enterprise Edition of release this particular thing, and it is under 64-bit production. Okay, we are working with the 64-bit production. Of course, 32-bit also be available. You can search through the oracle.com. Therefore, you could get a 32-bit also if you have any 32-bit operating system with you. Nowadays, people are preferring only Windows 10 operating system. Windows 10 is normally it is a 64-bit operating system. So therefore, you may be download this 64-bit Oracle 12c, and you have to install it. However, so this is SQL prompt as like as your MS-DOS prompt. Here also you can see MS-DOS prompt something like this. CMD. If you apply CMD, yes, you could get MS-DOS prompt something like this. Similarly, it's also be seems the same in the similar fashion. So instead of colon backslash, it doesn't have anything here. So CLS, I think, yeah. So it doesn't have anything. So whatever the command prompt you have with you in our MS-DOS, same command prompt will be there. And here, first and foremost command which we are supposed to operate will be try to note down all these because these are very important for our future. So SQL is basically made up of two different types of things here. One is pure SQL, pure structured query language, and second one is so SQL star plus. This is the second one, and third one is SQL star LDR loader. So actually SQL LDR in the sense it does means so loader. Okay, SQL loader. So it is a combination of three different types of so SQL. One is SQL pure SQL. Second one is SQL plus, and SQL loader. So we are not supposed to concentrate on SQL loader because SQL loader is not there in our syllabus. We do have SQL plus with us, and we do have SQL with us. And SQL, in the sense, I have given some information to you in the previous lectures. That is a data definition language, data manipulation language, and transaction control language, and so data control language. So look at this, all this. So SQL is consists of are made up of these many languages. All these languages will becomes with pure SQL. And while displaying the data, or while displaying any kind of report, so what are the beautification points, how your data could be displayed, will be so taken care by SQL plus. And SQL loader is, if you have any file with you, I mean text file or CSV, .csv, Excel file, or any other file will be there with you, how could you load so that particular file to one particular database application? So that could be concentrated by so this SQL LDR. So we are not concentrate on this one. Of course, SQL LDR does have its own prominence, and you have so very good jobs in this particular thing. If time will be permitted me, I will give you complete information regarding to this one. But we are concentrate only these two, and basically we are concentrate on only SQL right now. And progressively moving forward, we'll also concentrate on SQL plus. I'll give you very few number of SQL commands, SQL plus commands in progressive way. And finally, at the end of this semester, you could get complete information regarding to SQL plus also. Okay. Now, so very basic command which are which will be there with so SQL plus will be, so these are the SQL plus commands which I would like to concentrate right now. So number one command will be, okay, first and foremost command will be so SQL plus command, so clear. And the second command will be describe. Second command will be describe. So you are expected to type only so 3 characters. So these characters are not required actually. If you want, yes, you can. So clear also. So here these characters are enough. Of course, one more extra word will be there. Screen. Screen must be typed by you completely. Clear screen. CLR SCR. CLR SCR. So otherwise CL SCR. Of course, anything will be gets possible here. So EEN also not required actually. If you want type completely, yes, there is no problem. So you can type completely. So normally people are not interested to type complete number of characters within one particular command. So describe, DESC, sorry, only 4 characters are required here. So RIBE could not be required here. Then followed by one more very important command. That command is slash. That command is slash. We are supposed to concentrate on these 3 commands right now. So normally, as far as any kind of languages, whatever the language, whatever the package it may be, so as and when any prompt will be displayed in a miscellaneous order, we will go ahead and so clear that particular prompt in a proper way, so that CL SCR is the command which is going to clear everything and place your prompt at the leftmost so upside corner. Then you have to operate describe. If you want to describe, you need to concentrate on so creation of any database. If you don't have any database, you could not able to create anything here. Okay, if you don't have any database, you could not so concentrate, or you could not apply describe here. So before going to take this particular describe, so let me concentrate. So how to create a database. Okay, database object here. How many number of database objects are there here? So let me list out them. Approximately 128 different kinds of database objects are there. So we maybe operate only very few because we are the learners. We are not actual developers. We are the learners. Since we are learners, we are supposed to learn something about so very few objects which are useful for us. So foremost object will be table. It is very important, table. Then second one is view. Then third one is materialized view. Then fourth one is so synonym, fifth one is sequence, sixth one is trigger, and so on and so forth. Many other things are there, but I'd like to make them, and so on and so forth. Many other totally 128 different kinds of objects are there. So I have listed very few, very few, some 6 or 7 only. Progressively I'll discuss with you. I will discuss with you progressively. So let me introduce what is an object and how the object is going to be created here. So look at this. Out of 128 objects, just before I have so mentioned a number here, 128 objects are available here. So out of these objects, only one object is there with us. That object is so table. Using this particular table, a user can communicate with the database. No other object is allowed you to communicate with the in the sense, no other object is allowed you to enter data into the specific database directly. You never communicate with the database directly other than so table here. If you don't have any facility to create a table, you never enter into, you never communicate with the database directly here. So therefore, table is a basic building block where exactly so the data is being communicated, or user may be communicated with the so database engine. Okay, so database engine here. So other than this particular table, you could not enter so data to these different kinds of objects directly. You never enter any kind of data by using your keyboard. You never enter any kind of data by using your stored procedures, or you never enter data so using these objects. Other than this particular table, remaining 127 objects are not supposed to take the data directly. Okay, they will take the data from only table. Then a table is one particular object which could be used to directly communicate with the user so to the database engine. So we would like to define this particular table. Then after completion of this information or commands which are related to table, then we'll move to what is view, what is materialized view, what is sequence, and so on and so forth. Other than these, we are never ever come across so all these objects here. Before going to discuss this one, we never ever come across these things here. So that is why if you attempt any kind of interview for this particular database management systems, more specifically SQL, people will ask you a question: how to create an object. People will not ask this question: how to create an object. It is not the question. So explain, create table. Explain, create table. So of course, create can be used to create so all different kinds of objects here. So you can create a view, you can create a materialized view, you can create a synonym, you can create a trigger, you can create a sequence, and so on and so forth. Create can be gets operated on all different kinds of objects. But people will ask you, the question is, so explain about create table command. They could not ask explain about a view. Create view. They could not ask explain about so create synonym. Something like that could not be asked to you. They will ask you create table. So explain about create table, explain about alter table, explain about drop table, something like that. They will ask you the questions. Whereas if they want to ask any kind of question in all other objects, they will ask you explain views. They would not concentrate on creation or dropping or altering, something like that. They will ask you how to what are the view, what is a view, and how views are supposed to be used in databases. Something like that questions will be. So basically questions will be seems like that though. So we will concentrate our specification, something like that only. So let me concentrate on how to create a particular command, a particular table into your system. So table will be created by using a specific standard database language. That language is so data definition language, DDL. Already I have given. DDL does have so these many commands. Create is one command. So alter is another command. Drop is another command. Truncate is another command. So we are concentrating on create command here. So let us examine how you can create a particular table using So create table commands here. So please copy this one to your notebooks. Okay. Create a table. I'm giving the complete syntax to you first. Then how could you create the same thing? Let us move it. Create a table. So here all keywords will be represented by me in capital letters, and all user defined names or user defined things will be represented by me in lowercase letters. Please remain please listen to me carefully. All keywords, whatever the keyword, while we have to operate DDL, DML, and so on and so forth, all keywords are represented with capital letters. All user-defined names could be represented with so normal lowercase letters. So here, create is a keyword, table is another keyword, and so on and so forth. So these two are keywords. So that I'd like to mention these words in capital, and here create a table, your table name, whatever the table you are expected to create here. So this table name here. Okay, let me eliminate this because people may be confused. What is this? Create table is so the command name, and here you may be create your own table name. You can put your own table name. Let me give some example, then you could understand. So it could be syntax could be open parenthesis followed by attribute attribute so 1 followed by its data type, whatever the data type it might be, and if you have any sizes, you have to mention the size of that particular data type. I'll give you very basic one. I don't go in depth. I'm supposed to give you very basic definition only. So followed by comma. So attribute 2, attribute 3, and so on. How many number of attributes are required to you to create? Yes, you can take those many number of those many number of attributes. Attribute 1, data type of size, comma, attribute 2, data type of size, and so on and so forth. If you have 50, you can take attribute 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. At the end, you have to put semicolon. So database SQL prompt, database prompt could not understand if you are not supposed to put semicolon at the end. If you are not supposed to put semicolon at the end, so SQL will be thinks that yes, user wants to continue his command furthermore. Okay, your command will be continue furthermore. If you put 2 enter keys, or if you invoke 2 enter keys, so SQL will be thinks that yes, command could not be executed by the user, so that it could be omitted. Remain. I will repeat one more time. Every command must be enclosed with semicolon. Soon semicolon will be given by you. Semicolon followed by enter key will be given by you. Then SQL could be execute that particular command. Otherwise, if you are not supposed to give semicolon and your command will be entered something like this, let me say, I'll give you. So create a table. Table name is some student. Yes. Up to this, I have typed in one particular line, enter key. SQL command, SQL prompt could not be take any action at this moment. So she thinks that, yes, command is being continued. Some more information is there, which is being taken care by the user. So here, stud underscore ID, student ID. So he maybe have some kind of thing here, number of 5, something like this, comma. First attribute is gets over. If I would put enter key one more time, if I would hit enter key one more time, SQL will be thinks that yes, some more information is being typed by the user. Okay, here stud name, student name. So where care 2 of some 50. So if I would put comma and enter key, SQL will be think still more. If you put one more key, SQL will think that yes, user is not interested to execute this particular command. Continuously 2 enter keys will be put over there. So you are not interested to execute this particular command. Let me show you by using this SQL place. Okay. So create a table, whatever the table it may be. Student name, student, open parenthesis. Look at this. Second line will be get started. So student ID. So which is number of some 4, number of 4, comma. I'd like to put one more. So student stud name. So where care 2 of some 20 or 50, comma, put enter key. Fourth line will be gets open. Okay, fourth line is gets open. SQL is thinking that yes, it is being continued. It is being, I mean, user wants to continue the command for furthermore. Okay, for furthermore. Now, if I put one more enter key, if I hit one more enter key, so SQL prompt will be reappeared. So SQL, what SQL engine can be thinks that, so user is not interested to execute this particular command. So this command will be completely omitted. Okay. So this is the point you need to consider while while executing any command here. If you put any semicolon at the end, let me create one more time. So create a table. My table name is, for example, A. So followed by enter key. A as a number of some 3. I have given only number to you. So that is why I am supposed to work out with only number. B as a number of some 3. Okay. So I have been gets over. Only 2 different types of things are there. And it is closed for here. I have opened here and it is closed for this one. And if I would put enter key, so SQL is still thinking that yes, he wants to continue. So if you put semicolon here, then execution will be took place. Then execution will be took place. Without semicolon, it could not be things that this command is over. Okay, so that is what you need to remember here. Okay, now after creation of any kind of a table here, one object here, then you could operate a describe, DESC. So RIBE also, no problem. Describe your object name. My object name is A. So A is my object name, semicolon, enter. So look at this. I have been created A as number of 3. Look at this first attribute and number of 3. And second attribute B as number of 3. Here also B as number of 3. So this description, complete structure of your object will be gets displayed while so you may be gets operated by using this particular command. Yes, here where it is. Yes, describe. Okay, describe. Okay. So I'll let you know what is this slash after some time. After some time, I'll let you know this one here. Okay, then come across this kind of things. Okay, this kind of things. So what is character and what is var character? Character is able to store fixed length of size, fixed length in size. Fixed length in the size in the sense, if you are supposed to specify any column name, let me say A. So ABC is my column name, followed by CHAR of some 20. It will be take something like this. So it could be allocated 20 bytes before going to enter the data. Yes, 20 bytes is being allocated. Let me make this one, then I will explain very comfortably. So it is going to allocate 20 bytes, something like this. 20 bytes space is being allocated. Byte number 1, byte number 2, byte number 3, and so on and so forth up to 20 bytes are being allocated by this particular thing. Now you may be enter only so these many characters. For example, so for a particular student name, ABC is a student name. For example, you could consider in such a way. So I have been entered HARI, Hari. So Hari will be taken by me. So after enter this particular Hari, remaining 16 bytes are not supposed to be used by me at this moment, at this particular for this particular row. For this particular row, these 16 bytes are not supposed to be used. Even then, what exactly this character will be done here in the sense, remaining bytes will be filled with the blank spaces. Filled with blank spaces. So your actual data is HARI and remaining 16 bytes will be filled with blank spaces. Blank space is also one of the characters as far as the storing point of view. So therefore, the size of your character kind of thing will be so fixed in length. Fixed in length of the sense, if you declare as if you define a particular column with 20, so it is completely occupies or completely arranges so 20 bytes long. There is no change in terms of that particular record. Whereas if you go ahead with the character var char2, if you consider this particular var char2, so student name st name so will be var. Let me write VC2. So please assume that var char it is. VC2 of 20 as like as in the previous ABC. Here also it could be done. It could be before going to, so enter the data, it must be allocates 20 bytes. It must be allocates 20 bytes before going to enter the data. So 20 bytes here. So soon you have to enter some kind of data. Yes, for this particular row, let me consider this is first row and this is second row and third row and so on and so forth. First row I am trying to enter here. At this moment here I have entered only so 4 characters within this particular so 20 characters which have been given to us. Only 4 characters have been allocated, and the remaining 16 bytes of data will be released. It could not be used for this particular column. It could be released. Now your so as far as first record, what is the size of this var character is only so 4 characters. Even you have defined with 20. Even you have defined with 20, size of your first record will be only 4 characters. For second record, if you define before going to enter the data, so it has been allocated 20 bytes one more time. So 20 bytes will be gets allocated, and you have entered something like this. So ESWAR. 5 characters have been entered here. So here remaining 15 bytes of data will not be utilized for my second record. So after successful entering of a second record, so this 15 bytes of data will be released. It is no more used by your second record. Now the size of your second record is 5 bytes, whereas in first record is 4 bytes. So here, even you have defined your data, I mean your actual column name with 20, it has been so fluctuated based on the user's data. Okay, based on the user's data, it has been fluctuated. Okay, so size has been so increased and reduced, and so on and so forth. That could be happen. So that is the basic difference between these two. The basic difference between character and var is it is fixed in length, it is in a variable in length. Fixed size in the sense, even you are using only certain amount of data for our purpose, remaining data will be, I mean remaining empty blocks will be, bytes will be filled with blank spaces. Whereas in varchar 2, if you are supposed to use certain amount of certain number of bytes for your data, remaining things will be gets eliminated. They could not be there with you. They will be eliminated. Okay, they will be eliminated. Now, after successful enter of this record, your record size will be gets variated. For the first record, it is 4 bytes. As per my example, for the second record, it could be 5 bytes. For the third record, if you enter some 10 bytes of data, 10 characters will be entered by you. So the third record, the size of so varchar 2 is 10, and so on and so forth. Like this, in this way, so it has been entered something like this. Is the basic difference here. So try to observe this particular difference here. Whereas integer in C, C++, and Java, what you learned regarding to integer same. So here it could be occupies 2 bytes in space, and it could be taken minus 32,000, so 768 to same whatever the definition you have taken in C here also positive, so 32,760 so 7 up to this particular range, it is going to access the data for integer. It must be occupied 2 bytes in space. Float also same, but here small difference is there in float. So at the positive side, it could be occupied so 3.99 into so 10 power 308. This is the positive side. And at the negative side, 1.009 into so 10 power minus 38. 10 power minus that, sorry, 308, not 38, 308 minus 308. Okay, this is the range where exactly it could be used. But in C or C++ or Java, just float will be gets occupied. So only 10 power 38. But in Oracle, it could be 308, 10 power 308. Okay. So these are the data types. So I am running out of time for this particular lecture, and tomorrow I shall continue. So you please communicate with me at any moment of time to load this Oracle. I'll give you clear instruction how to install. Of course, installation is okay. There is no problem at all. How to create a user and how the things are being going on. So let me give you some information to you. So as and when you have to ping to me. So probably next hour, I mean 10 to 11, sorry, 11 to 12, I have a class. 12 to 2 o'clock, I am free. 3 o'clock, I am free. So 3 to 4, you have a class, UP, Unix programming. So during this particular time, so you please communicate with me at any moment of time. I'll give you so certain information to you. So in addition to your SQL, you please download AnyDesk, ANYDESK. AnyDesk also be downloaded with your apart your so thing. Then I will explain how to create one particular user and how you can get workout with that particular user. Okay, so this is what the class today, and tomorrow Sunday also we do have a class. We will communicate. Okay, I'll communicate to you when the class will be. Okay, thank you.